Peter Fried has been taking photos for 30 years. During that time, he's met many famous, sometimes glamorous people. But of all of them, it was perhaps Desmond Tutu who stood out the most.
We created a bond and a relationship, and he would pull me over to the side. How have I been? How are the girls? My two girls. He was a character. He had a definite light when he came into the room.
He first met Tutu in 1995 when he was assigned to cover his visit to New York City. It was the first of some 15 meetings, and the Archbishop's willingness to engage with Fried, who was simply employed as his photographer, always surprised him.
Yeah, he was a very warm individual. I mean, look, I'm a Jewish kid from Providence, Rhode Island. I mean, what do I know about cardinals and bishops? And, you know, not much, just what I've kind of learned through life experience. So I kind of knew him as a person, and he related along those lines as a person. He made you feel like you were the only person in the room when you were with him.
Fried spent long days in New York with Tutu, which allowed him to see the Archbishop in some of his more personal, unguarded moments. Like the time he was preparing for an important sermon at one of New York's cathedrals and struggling to get dressed.
He got all twisted up, and you heard the laugh come out from under this bundle of clothing, and it started as a little chuckle, and now he was peeling laughing. I mean, there were roars of laughter, and he couldn't get his arms through there, and when he finally did, and they popped the part where his head comes through at the top, his eyes and his face were covered with tears, you know, just laughter or tears. And he took his position and as a representative of his country and of his religion serious, but he also knew how to laugh. I mean, you'd have to use the word love with him, you know, and it's not a word I use very often in describing somebody, but he was love. You know, he personified love. And again, I wasn't his religion. I was brought up Jewish. But it didn't matter. It was his spirituality, his personality really encompassed love.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu's life and legacy will be remembered by many people in many different ways. Peter Fried is in the honoured position of having memories of him that combine both the professional and the personal. Nick Harper, SABC News, New York.